Hello and welcome to Win Some Loosemore. My name is Dieter. You join me for Why I Like, and today I'm going to break my rule. Today we'll be looking at Heirs of the Wizard King. We have said in previous videos that all the games that we look at will be ones that we own and know, but also ones that you can get a hold of if you like the look at. Now I'm breaking that rule today, as Heirs of the Wizard King was a game that has recently arrived to us from Kickstarter. Now I want to talk about it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, as part of the campaign, we got sent out the print and play files so that we could test it out and give our feedback, and so I feel, however much my feedback was listened to or not, that I had some input into this game, which is a really cool feeling and one of the great uses for Kickstarter for sending out games. But also I want to show this game a bit of love, and hopefully, because of me and potentially other people doing videos or writing blogs or things like this, this game will end up being picked up by potentially a bigger publisher, or just picked up by stores and being sold so it can be made available, which is why I want to talk about why I like Heirs of the Wizard King. So why don't we have a look about how it plays, and we'll come back and I'll tell you why I like it. So here we have the game set up for 2 players. We have the 2 player boards, and we have the Black Wizard who we are trying to defeat. The story states that we are all students of the Wizard King, and then one day the Black Wizard has shown up and killed him, and so now we need to defeat the Black Wizard, but also we want to set ourselves up to be the new Wizard King. A turn is very simple. We just need to follow the steps as depicted on the player boards. It explains them all here and explains all the powers you can use to get there. Now we all start on 1. Our aim is to get to 7 in a 2-player game, 6 in a 3, 5 in a 4. And the way that we do that is we follow these things. The first player starts with 1 card in their hand, second player starts with 2. Everybody has 1 card in their chain, and there is already a card in the discard pile. So the first thing that the player will do is, looking at their hand, they can choose to do one of 3 things. They can either use this card to do whatever the effect is. So in this case, for your draw step, shuffle your hand and the discard pile into the deck and then draw 4 cards. Normally you could only ever draw 2. So that's a good power. That might be what you do. So you go here, you wait, and that happens at the draw step, which we'll get to. The second thing you can do is to absorb this. So what that means, you discard this, and because it's purple, we discard this. We take one of this from the pool of things here. We take the purple one and we place it on number 1. Now I think you're supposed to put it on the side, but because this table is quite shiny, it wiggles around a bit. So instead, there you go, now you can actually see it. I will place this on or next to the number 1. And you can have as many of these depending on the cards that you've used. You can have those, you put them on the number to depict how strong they are, because the third thing you could do is to cast one of your abilities. If you don't have anything on there, there's nothing to cast. But let's say for the second round, for instance, this was on there, I could do the purple spell at a power of 1. Each of these have X, and so whatever number you're on, that's the number it refers to. But for this time, yes, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to absorb the purple power. The second thing I could then do is to chain. So taking cards out of my hand, I could put them either side of this card. And right now, to get this little lightning bolt here up to level 2, I need a chain of 2 cards. Right now I only have 1. And the way I chain them is through either matching the number or the colour. Now I don't have any cards in my hand, so I can't do that. If I had completed the maximum chain, I would score it, they would all be discarded. I get to move up to 2, I get to move one of my powers up, and then we move to the draw phase, but I can't do that. I haven't scored anything because I didn't chain anything, and so I get to draw. Because it's a 2-player game and we're trying to get to 7, the maximum cards you can have in your hand is 6. So if you have more than 6, now's the time you have to discard down. I don't, so I get to draw 2 cards. So that is my hand for next time. And now at the end of everybody's turn, we have to do what's called the ritual step. we need to deal a card to the black wizard. So from the top of the deck, we add one here. Now, regardless of whether it matches or not, in this case it happens to, we would need to deal it out for his chain. Now, because it was a yellow, we need to take his yellow one and put that next to 1 and immediately cast it. He gets to cast it straight away. So his yellow one, reveal the top 2 plus X, in this case 1, 2 plus 1's 3 cards from the top of the deck. Randomly add 2 matching cards to the black chain. Return the rest of the revealed cards to the deck. So we draw 3, we have a look at them. Now, as it turns out, he needs 2 as well. He's already got them, so none of these will match because they can't, so they go back to the top of the deck. That's the end of first player's turn. It's now the second player. Exactly the same process. We look at their hand, we go, none of these are useful for chaining, so let's absorb. No, let's play this card. Greens are really good. This one states it's only the power 3. Reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, add them to any chain that they match. That includes his, but he can't take anymore, so that's good. So we look at the top 3, and we go, oh good, these match. This 4 is a blue, so that matches here, and green is a 1, that matches here. Excellent, that was a good turn. Chain, don't need to, they're all full. So in the score step, do you have a complete chain? Yes you do, because you need 2. Do you have a complete chain? Yes you do, because you need 2. Does he have a complete chain? Yes he does, because he needs 2. So all of these get discarded, and everybody moves up to 2. And because I scored on this side, even though it's not my turn, I get to improve one of my powers just as this person does. Now that can be one I already have, so I could put this purple up to 2 here, but because they don't have any, they can add one from 0 on this side up to 1. So let's say they want to take their orange one and they now put it on to 1. There you go. Same thing happens, we've scored, so we need to draw. We don't have more than 6, so we get to draw 2, always 2, that's the hand for next time. Now we need to do the ritual phase. It's an orange, so we put orange on 1, and we immediately do it, which is randomly discard 1 card from the largest hand, which right now this person has 2 cards, this person has 3, so we randomly, usually the other player will just select, we discard that. We've now completed that one, and then at the end of a round, after the ritual phase, we have a look and go, okay, there are some empty, if there's empty hands or empty chains, we deal 1 card to them, so there is always a starting card. It was this player's turn, so we deal them 1 first, and then we deal this player 1, and that keeps going. So at the beginning of the next turn, what have we got? We've got a 6 and a 1, the 6 will be useful for the chaining, so let's not use that. The 1 won't be any different no matter what we do. So let's just absorb the yellow. The yellow goes on to 1. We can chain, but it's not complete because we need 3 now. Can't score, so we draw back up, we draw 2, we do ritual, he gets red, so we do the red at power 1, regardless of what the number is, that doesn't matter. Add the first matching card from the top 1 in the discard to the black chain. This does not match, so nothing happens, that's fine. This person, and so on and so forth. Every time we get a complete chain, we match it up, we move this up, we gain a power. First person to hit 7 wins. There are some powers which let you discard other people's cards from their hand or their chain, so you want to be affecting what he's doing, what they're doing, what you're doing. And if the black wizard gets to 7 first, you both lose. Everybody loses. If one of the players gets to 7 first, they are now the new Wizard King and have won the game. So why do I like Heirs of the Wizard King? Well, firstly, honestly, it was quite cheap. It didn't cost much. I think the pledge level I put in at was $16, so plus shipping and then turning it into pounds, I think overall it was about £16, which is not a lot. And the first thing I have to say is the production quality is really good. For that kind of money, it's really good. The cards, while not linen finish, are of a nice, thick, sturdy quality. The boards themselves, as you saw, the player boards and the Traitor Wizard King, just the Black Wizard, the boards are really thick, really sturdy, really clear on both sides. It's double-sided on the player boards for different player counts. You can get 2 copies of this to make it an 8-player game. but I really enjoy the mechanism. Particularly Kirsty enjoys this even more than I do, as much as it's basically Uno, with the way that you're just matching number or colour. That's all that is. It's a really interesting mechanic, a way of playing that I've not really seen implemented in other games outside of Uno. I'm sure it exists. The wooden pieces are really nice quality as well, but also it comes with 2 expansions in the game. If the game that comes with it is not enough for you, it comes with these Winds of Power expansion, and also there's a traitor type element as well, so you can be on the side of the Black Wizard. That's just really cool that it comes with it in the box. It's silly to say, but the cardboard of the box is thick, it's strong, it's sturdy, everything fits together really well. If I just pack it away a second, excuse me, and just show you that everything fits perfectly in the box. It's a really tight fit. It's just really nice. It's a nice little package, it's just really cool. Again, weird thing to say, the font is really cool. When it's stacked up on our shelves behind us, the font just looks good, it just stands out. It's something that we will want to play. Now, we're not especially keen on all the kind of terminology that comes with aspects of the theme. We're not particularly into any kind of realistic magic, if you like. We like cartoony, we like, yeah, sure, throwing spells, but the fact that you're absorbing powers from things, you're controlling, casting, commanding, all these words, whilst they fit with the theme, are not necessarily for us, and that's okay. I do like magic-based fantasy type books and things, so this isn't too outside of my wheelhouse, but that's something that to consider, whether you will like the theme or not. So all in all, for the money we paid, as I say, £15-16 all in, this is an excellent production. This is one we'll be keeping, and I will want to show other people. I think the designer has done an excellent job on this, and I'm really pleased with what we got. So that's why I like Heirs of the Wizard King. Thank you very much for watching. We'll keep producing some of these videos. Do comment below if there's games you want me to talk about and look at. We'll be doing more of these in the future. You'll see our next episode of Win Some Loosemore with me and Kirsty very soon. In the meantime, you can follow us on Twitter at WSomeElmore, and you can find us on Facebook and all the usual places. Do subscribe to this channel, share it with other people, hit the little bell icon so that you stay notified when new videos come out. I have been Loosemore, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.